Okay.
Listo. Good afternoon. It's a pleasure to be in this interview. My name is Charlie Vialta. What is your name?
My name is Evan Skeen.
Okay. Um, we can start.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. The first question is, what is a victim?
Sure. So a victim is somebody who has been harmed in some way. My impression about restorative justice, in terms of restorative justice, a victim is often somebody who has been or hurt by the crimes of another person.
Okay. Thank you. The second question is, what is an offender?
So the offender is the person on the other side of the action or whatever happened. It's their often it's whoever committed the crime that harmed the victim, which also has repercussions on the community as a whole.
Yeah. The other question is, what is the main goal of restorative justice? Justice.
The main goal is to try to make um, the victim whole. Um, the um, a lot of times when we in our criminal justice system or in criminal justice systems around the world, they just put the criminals in jail, but the victims don't get any sort of, they don't get to be, made whole. They don't get anything that will actually help them get back to where they were before they were affected by the crime. But do the hurt that was.
Okay. Um, the the next question is, what are some advantages of restorative justice? Justice.
um yeah, so I mean, one of them I was alluding to just now. Under it's one of the only, I mean, it's, or at least it would be a way in which a victim can be, um, whatever hurt was caused, they can be healed from that. Um, and also the victim gets a say in how the in how the kind of the whole system addresses the crimes. Whereas right now, victims just are victims, and then the criminal justice system, the lawyers, and the government decides what happens. The victim would actually get a say in this case. So those are a couple of advantages.
Okay. Um, Next questions is, what are some possible disadvantages of restorative justice?
Well, one disadvantage is that our system is not set up under this system of restorative justice, and so we don't. If we were to switch to it, or if people were to start doing it more, we don't know how well it would be implemented. Um, Another disadvantage is some people think it actually gives the government too much power to influence. Instead of just taking somebody off the street, they actually influence more how people are interacting. They sort of, people will be forced to do things that they
Mm,
otherwise wouldn't, and it just sort of interferes with kind of the natural flow of society a little bit more um, than just taking somebody off the street.
yeah, very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the other question is, can restorative justice be applied in any kind of criminal act?
So no, that's one other disadvantage. There are a lot of acts that can't be made, that can't be healed, that can't be made better. For example, if somebody is killed, somebody's murdered, you can't bring anybody back to life, and there's no way to actually value how much that life was, and then make sure that that amount of value is like restored to society or to the family of the person, because that person is gone, and there's just nothing you can do about it. So that would be one example a of a type of criminal act that you can't use uh, restorative justice on.
Yeah. Okay. Um, the other question is, what is your personal opinion about the application of restorative justice to solve legal conflicts?
I have some mixed feelings about it. In some ways, I think it's really nice that the harm that has been caused, in a system where we just put people in jail. Sometimes you're even causing more harm because there was the harm of whatever the crime was, but then also the person who's in jail, their family is now harmed. Their family might lose the person that was providing for them and that sort of thing. But if in this case, I mean, we'd actually be sort of lifting society. So I like that. But I think logistically and just it sort of seems unrealistic to me that we could switch to this kind of system, and that it would be very effective in the long run, really, and especially in the short run.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. The last question is restorative justice officially practiced to solve legal conflicts in our country?
So in my country, it is not officially practiced, at least not widely officially practiced. I think that there are some states like Hawaii and maybe some others um, that do some, that do it to some degree, but for the most part, it is not part of our criminal justice system.
Okay. Okay. Um, Thank you for your help, my friend. Okay.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Okay.